All right, so you want to build violins for a living, huh? That's going to be pretty cool. The detail work, having your own space, those incredible instruments, it's like a dream, right? You sent us some really interesting stuff, career guides, some info about job platforms, even some stuff about AI tools.
It's interesting that you would say dream there,
Yeah.
because the career guide you sent over definitely like romanticizes the whole thing. It's really interesting though, because it talks about artistry and technical stuff.
Right.
Like they're both important,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You need that creativity, but you also need that meticulous side.
It's like this perfect blend of your hands and your brain working together, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine shaping that wood, and you can feel the tension on the strings.
Yeah.
And then it like comes alive with this sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be so rewarding. The guide does talk about the downsides, though, right?
It does, yeah. It doesn't try to like hide the hard stuff, the competition, all the hours you got to put in, the physical demands.
Yeah.
It's important for anyone who's thinking about doing this to really understand what they're getting into.
Absolutely, because you can be passionate about something, but it's not always going to be easy.
Exactly.
Especially in a field like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of challenges, the guide also mentions this platform called RoleCatcher.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just a regular job board, right?
No, definitely
Like,
not.
what's so special about it?
Well, the really cool thing about RoleCatcher is it addresses how much things are changing with, like, getting a job.
Right.
Think about automated systems, applying for everything online, and you really got to stand out, right?
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher helps you do all that.
So it's like a secret weapon for your job hunt.
Kind of.
Yeah. Tell me more. How does it actually work?
Well, one of the most interesting things is it uses AI to make your resume better.
Okay.
So you upload your resume.
Yeah.
And the AI looks at it, but it's comparing it to actual job descriptions for violin makers.
Oh, wow.
And then it can make suggestions, you know, like, hey, this part's really good. This part you could make stronger. And it even scores your resume to tell you how likely it is that someone will actually look at it.
Wait a second. The AI is giving you feedback on your resume.
Yeah.
That's crazy, but also that's super helpful.
It's pretty amazing.
That's like having your own resume expert, but like an AI one.
That's a great way to put it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And that's where RoleCatcher is different, right?
Yeah.
It's not about just getting any job.
Exactly.
It's about finding the right one for you.
Exactly. And that's so important, especially for something as specific as making violins, where you want to make sure your skills and what you love to do actually match what the employer is looking for.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and that's where RoleCatcher's Career Compass is really useful.
Okay.
It's got so much information about, like, career guides for different types of instrument making, skills assessments. It even tells you about salaries.
So I can use that to see what else is out there in instrument making, not just violins.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's like a personalized career guide.
Exactly, and it helps you understand the whole picture, the skills you need to work on, what your career could look like, even how much you could expect to earn in different places.
This is really impressive.
And it's something that's constantly being updated.
It sounds like RoleCatcher is that bridge between this old craft of making violins and the way people find jobs today.
I think that's a great way to put it. It's taking this craft that's been around for so long and giving people modern tools to figure out their career path.
This is a lot to take in. RoleCatcher is like that bridge, right?
Yeah,
It takes you from dreaming about making violins to actually getting that job.
it really is. And speaking of getting that job,
Yeah.
we got to talk about interviews.
Oh, man.
Probably the most nerve-wracking part of any job search, am I right?
You're telling me thinking about it makes my hands sweat.
Well, good thing then that RoleCatcher has you covered there, too.
Really?
It has all these tools to help you get ready for interviews.
Okay, but like what makes those different? I could just, search for violin maker interview questions on the internet.
True, but RoleCatcher goes way beyond that. Remember how we talked about AI making your resume better?
Yeah.
Well, they've got that same tech for interview prep.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
How does that even work with AI? Is it like a robot asking you questions?
Even better. So say you're getting ready for an interview,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not sure about how your answers sound.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher has this huge database, over 120,000 interview questions, and some of them are specifically for violin makers.
Wow.
You can practice answering them.
Okay.
You can even record yourself.
That's really cool. Like a practice run before the real deal.
Exactly. But get this,
Yeah.
they have this Copilot AI thing, and it looks at the videos of you practicing.
Okay.
And it tells you stuff like if you're talking at the right speed, if your tone is good, even if you're saying too much,
It can tell if you're using too many filler words.
Yeah.
It's like having your own little speech coach listening to everything.
I know, right? And here's the best part.
Okay.
It gives you personalized feedback.
No, really?
Yeah. It tells you what you did well
Uh-huh.
and what you could do better. And it's objective, right? It's all based on data, which you might not get from a real person.
That's amazing because it's so hard to judge yourself sometimes.
Yeah, right.
The AI just takes out all the guessing.
Exactly. And it's not just about pointing out where you messed up. It's about making you feel more confident.
Yeah, that makes sense.
By practicing with RoleCatcher and its AI tools, you'll walk into that interview feeling way more prepared and sure of yourself.
This is changing everything about job hunting.
It is, isn't it?
It's amazing how tech can do that, even for something traditional like making violins.
I agree. And that's really important to remember here. It's not about technology replacing us.
Right.
It's about tech helping us, letting us focus on what really matters, like our passion, our skills, the craft itself.
Love that.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the romanticized idea of the violin maker, the real challenges that come with it,
Yeah.
and now these incredible tools that are changing the game.
Yeah, it's exciting to see.
It really is.
Yeah.
It makes you think about how technology and tradition can actually work together to help people who are passionate about crafts like this. It really makes you think,
Yeah.
how technology is changing even old traditions like making violins.
Definitely. It's like a bigger trend, don't you think? You've got this old craftsmanship,
Right.
but we're also using cutting-edge technology.
It's true. And for someone listening to this who loves violins, it's got to be really cool to see how these tools can help them make it happen, make their dream a reality.
Yeah.
But it all comes back to the craft itself.
Absolutely. RoleCatcher is amazing. It can open doors and give you all this support.
Right.
But the real art of it is in the maker's hands. The way the wood feels, how precise you have to be with the carving, understanding sound and how it all works together. That's what makes a violin come alive.
You're right. That human touch is everything. But there's something I was thinking about. The career guide mentioned that a lot of violin makers, they end up working for themselves,
Yeah, that's right.
which could be amazing, but also kind of scary, especially when you're first starting out.
It's a good point. And you know what? That's actually something RoleCatcher helps with. Remember Career Compass.
Yeah.
It's not all about finding a regular job.
Okay.
It actually has stuff for people who want to work for themselves, too.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So it's like having a business mentor right there in your pocket. Like, what kind of stuff are we talking about?
Well, it'll tell you about stuff like setting up a workshop, how to get the word out about what you do, managing money,
Yeah.
all the important things about running your own business. It even helps you connect with other craftspeople, so you're not doing it all alone.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So whether you want to work in a famous shop or build your own list of clients, RoleCatcher can help you. It's like a personalized roadmap for becoming a violin maker.
Exactly. It gives you knowledge, connects you with opportunities, and in the end, it helps you decide what you want to do in this incredible field.
This has been an awesome deep dive.
I agree.
We talked about what it really means to be a violin maker,
Mm-hmm.
the good and the bad,
Yeah.
and these awesome new tools that are changing everything, like RoleCatcher.
It's really fascinating.
It really is. So to everyone out there who's totally into the world of violin making, remember, passion makes it happen, skills are what you build, and tools like RoleCatcher, they light the way. What will you create?